Would you like to dominate YouTube? This episode is a beginner's guide to powerful SEO tools for YouTube. We're going to start out with the basics of YouTube SEO. Then we're going to cover some free tools, some premium tools. We're going to cover what people teach and what actually works, and they don't actually align there. And I'm going to teach you how to get every episode to rank at the top of YouTube search. Let's dive right in. In order to help you understand the value of search traffic on YouTube, I want to show you an example. This is Noelle Randall. This is her YouTube channel. And this is a video of hers that is doing really well with suggested and browsed traffic. In fact, in the last 102 days, it's had 911,000 views. And ad revenue on this video is $10,788. Okay, so that's how much YouTube has paid her for this video. Compare that to this video with 2,200 views and $69 of revenue in a much longer time frame, 294 days. So the question I have for you, which video do you think has made Noelle Randall more money? You probably understood that that was a trick question. Yeah, this video right here, this one has made Noelle way more money than this previous video that's got nearly $11,000 in ad revenue. So how does that work? Well, Noelle is a business owner and she leverages YouTube to generate leads. And when you have people that find your channel through YouTube search or typing in questions on YouTube and they find Noelle's channel, those people love what she has to offer. And so there's a high percentage of those that become leads. Versus videos that are more entertaining, that kind of go viral, those go out to a broader audience, but those people don't convert to leads very well. So we'll come back to examples like that, but let's talk about some basic SEO. Let's even talk about some terminology. So SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. So there's a search engine like Google or YouTube. It's definitely a great search engine. There are other subpar search engines out there. Like if you're on LinkedIn, it does have a search engine. It doesn't search content very well. What their search engine is good for is searching for people, especially in a local area. In fact, the videographers that are helping me film today, I found them through a LinkedIn search. So that LinkedIn search engine works to a limited degree, but much better search engines for content would be YouTube and Google. Now, you've probably heard about a keyword. A keyword can be a 10-word sentence or phrase, okay? So that whatever word or combination of words, that's what we call a keyword. Now, SEO has changed drastically, even in just the last decade or so, okay? Google, about 10 years ago and prior, used to be a website search engine. Okay, you would optimize your website to get ranked at the top of Google. That doesn't work anymore because Google has changed and now Google is a content search engine. And YouTube has always been a content search engine. This is what website SEO used to look like. You'd have your website or your money site in the middle, surround that with a whole bunch of Web 2.0 sites, different entities or websites or blogs that would link to your website, and you'd create a third level around those that would give authority to the second level, and on and create link wheels. And what you really had to do to get your website ranked is to create a whole bunch of spam and fake information and fake value out there on the internet. So for the decades that companies did SEO for businesses, I was one of them. Think about all the junk that we've put out there on the internet. It's really just worthless content, worthless websites to try and give authority to your main website. Thank goodness that doesn't work anymore, so we don't have to jump through those hoops. Having your SEO or your search engine focused on content is so much easier because now you just got to create good content and post it in the right place. So compare this type of SEO to this type of SEO. You can create a single video and post that to YouTube and have that video bring in people who've never heard of you before and become leads. So a single video is SEO nowadays. Now, there are a lot of services out there that claim to offer you YouTube SEO, but most of them don't have a clue of what they're doing. What they try and do is the old-fashioned form of SEO. They try and build or buy links to your videos, or they try and buy views and buy subscribers, or have robots or just machines or an AI give you views and give you likes. But the YouTube algorithm is smart. The YouTube algorithm is an AI, and it knows when you're getting fake views. And what the algorithm is trying to do is find a real human being that watches your video and likes it, and the algorithm will then find more people like that, and it will do the work for you. So how you do SEO today is you do keyword research ahead of time. You find the questions that your target audience is asking. That's the hard part. That's the SEO part. And then you make the content. So your content is naturally optimized for the search engine because you're making content that people are searching for, and you put it on the search engine. The search engine tests it out, and then it will send it out to the right people. Just like there's a lot of services out there that are pretty much scams, there's actually a lot of software out there that you might have seen that is pretty popular. Okay, it's become pretty commonplace in the world of YouTube, but the software is fake. I wish it weren't so, but let me show you some examples. If you go to YouTube right now and you type in how to discipline a child that lies and steals, look who's at the top. This is my client, Nicolene Peck. You see she's actually got video in position 3 and 4 as well. But if you look at the right, vidIQ is giving this video a score of 32 out of 100. Now, this video is ranking at the top of YouTube, and it's only been on YouTube for 7 days. Down below, it even says that the competition is very high. Well, if the competition is very high, then we must certainly know what we're doing, because we've got this video ranked at the top. On the same video, if we go into the Creator Studio and we use a TubeBuddy plugin, TubeBuddy says that this SEO score for this video is a 50%. That doesn't sound very good to me. And in fact, it says that I need to include a target keyword naturally in the title. Okay, that title is actually my keyword. So how it gets the score is based on a checklist of items that aren't really relevant, instead of actually checking, hey, have you done what you need to get this video ranked at the top of YouTube? So I would give this video a score of 100 because it's exactly where we wanted it to be. Here's another example in a different industry. So if you type in how to become a construction project manager, you find Jason Schroeder at the top. Now, he's got a score pretty similar, 51 out of 100. Over here, there's a little question bubble, and I want to go a little bit deeper to let you know what they say this score means. It says the overall score is determined to help gauge how effective this keyword would be in your video optimization efforts. If you have 1 million or more subscribers, you might be able to break into highly competitive search terms, but if you're smaller, it's better to stay focused on mid-range search terms with low competition. Now notice that this video had 27,000 views, and the channel doesn't have over 1 million, it just has 27,000 subscribers. So over an 11-month period, it's got 27,000 views. It's because we have it ranked at the top of Google. Now let me show you another report. This is the score that is accurate, and this is a score that's provided by YouTube. So not vidIQ, not TubeBuddy that have those fake scores. But if you go into YouTube Analytics, you can create a comparison report like this. Blue is showing the last 90 days from when I took the screenshot, and purple is showing the previous 90 days. So it's just like one quarter compared to another. You see in the previous quarter, we had 79,000 views that are coming from search, and in the following 90 days, 87,000 views. So when you can look at a score like this and say, okay, we went from 79,000 to 87,000, you know that the work that you're doing, the SEO that you're doing on your YouTube channel is working. Let me show you an example in the parenting space. So it's a similar report. This is a 28-day period compared to the 28 days prior. You see that in the prior period, there's 25,800 that increased to 28,300 in the next month. This is how you want to score your SEO on your YouTube channel. Is your search traffic going up? Are you getting more and more views from one month to the next? So now you can understand why I smile and sometimes get irritated when marketers will reach out to me and say, man, your content is great, but you need some SEO help. It's just because the tools that they use are fake and these people aren't professionals like they say they are. So in talking about some free tools, TubeBuddy and vidIQ do have free versions, or they have low-cost versions, but I would not invest in those. There's a tool on YouTube that I want to show you. This is the Noel Randall channel. We're logged into the back end, and if you go into Analytics, there's a new section over here called Trends. So if you click on Trends, we've done some experimenting with this, and we found that this is an AI tool that YouTube created to help us. The AI is not at all linked to your specific channel. So other people that would search for trends, they're gonna find the exact same thing no matter what channel you're signed into. That's from my own experience. So here on the trend screen, you see a few ideas. You can expand it to see more options. But if you want to dig deeper, you come here to go to inspiration, and this is the AI tool. And you can type in anything you want here. Where this tool is helpful is if you want to build a channel like Mr. Beast, or a channel that is really focused on ad revenue, because with a channel like that, one of the best ways to succeed is kind of follow the trends where it wants to go. So whatever content is the most successful, that's the type of content that you want to create. But if you're a business and you have expertise, You can't just meander around and follow whatever anyone wants to talk about, because you need to stay focused on your core. And you need to be really careful to build an audience that's interested in you and your expertise and your offerings, as opposed to following a trend and building an audience that actually isn't the right audience for your business. So knowing Noelle Randall, she teaches Airbnb real estate. And she's probably made some videos on productivity. I know she's made videos on side hustles. She's talked a lot about entrepreneurship, but these aren't even ideas that relate to her. You could type in things like real estate investor and see if it can come up with some ideas. So this is a great tool for coming up with ideas, but it's not very strategic. I mean, it says very low interest or medium interest. I don't really know what that means. And if I didn't have anything better, I would think, oh, cool, this is a tool that can help me come up with great ideas, but I'm gonna show you something that's actually way better than this. All right, this is a website called semrush.com, and they have a whole suite of tools you'll see at the left. I only use one of the tools. It's called the Keyword Magic tool. So this is a premium tool. There's another one that I've heard is quite similar. It's called Ahrefs or something like that, but it's more expensive than this one, and this one works perfectly the way that I need it. So I actually have not tried that one, but these are two premium tools. Let me show you how this one works. If you type in real estate investor here, so you get a lot of results. I've got 15,000 results, but I'm gonna narrow it down by only turning on the questions, and I can even turn on a word count filter looking for really long specific questions. The more specific they are, the easier it is to get your videos to rank at the top of YouTube. So look at all these questions that we know have consistent search volume. How to find investors for real estate flipping, or how to find investors with little money. It's asking about business licenses. It's asking about phone numbers. So there's just a ton of questions here. This tool is extremely helpful of finding your target audience and the questions that they're asking, so you know what type of content will get you at the top of YouTube. Let me show you the results of this strategy. This is a spreadsheet I made for Noelle Randall, and we found all of these questions on the real estate investor become branch, or if you don't know my tree analogy yet, we'll just call it this category, real estate investor become. If you look to the right, you'll see that there's yeses, there's nos, there's starting. A yes means that when you type in that question on YouTube, we found her at the top. So the top 3, you didn't have to scroll down yet. A starting means we had to scroll down, so she wasn't at the top, but we found her in the top 20. And a no means that we did not find her. Let me show you how we improved these results over a period of 5 months. If we went from February to April, we turned 2 yeses into 8. And into May, even more yeses. By July, you'll see even more yeses. We pretty much dominate this entire category on YouTube. Now, in another episode right here on YouTube, I teach a full YouTube SEO course. I'll link to that video right over here, but I teach you all the steps to get those exact same results as Noelle. So you'll know how to do the keyword research, how to find the titles, and how to get your videos to rank at the top of YouTube and generate leads for your business. So I'll see you in that episode next.